Hey there, Facebook. Happy Tuesday. It's Melanie Mitro here at Committed to Getting Fit, and I'm starting something new. So it's called Business Tip Tuesday, and every single Tuesday I am going to bring you a business tip. So you can do a couple of things. If you have business tips that you want to get from me, things you want me to share, all you have to do is either private message me, comment in the comments below. I'll write them down, and every single Tuesday I'm gonna come with a training for you guys that I'm sharing publicly out here on social media. But today I am speaking right to those of you that are brand new coaches. So if you're a brand new coach, comment below. If you've been in the business 3 to 6 months, comment below. If you are overwhelmed or you don't know where to start, or you are wondering whether or not you made a mistake by joining this business, if you are saying to yourself, oh my gosh, did I bite off more than I can chew? Then you are normal. I was in that same spot. I can remember as a new coach thinking, oh my gosh, I really want to be a coach. Like, I really think I could do a good job, but I don't know if I have enough hours in the day. I don't know if I have the time to do what it takes. Number one, kind of give yourself a deep breath and realize that you are going to be okay, and that people build this Beachbody business in 1 or 2 hours a day all the time, and you can totally be successful. But what it means is that you have to be sort of laser focused on the right business activities. Secondly, even if you have zero upline support, you can still be a successful Beachbody coach, because we have a coach online office, and there are all these great tools and great tips at your fingertips to help you be successful. And let me just kind of paint this picture to you. If we just rewind time and we go back 5 years ago to when I pressed submit on my coach application and I signed up to be a Beachbody coach, we did not have challenge packs. We did not have a coach training that you could go through. There were no Facebook groups where your upline provided you with mentoring groups and training calls. There wasn't anything called Zoom. We had a weekly team call, and that was it. I met with my coach. We talked about hitting Success Club. We talked about setting goals, and we got to work at running challenge groups. And there was no other training, and I had to Google and search for everything that I was looking for. So here's the thing. I did it with 2 small kids at home, with a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old, and Matt worked really long hours, and I was the primary provider. So I had to keep up with the laundry, I had to keep the house clean, I had to play with the boys, I had to cook the dinners, do the lunch, do all my mom duties, and build my business. And I was still like a quarter of the way through my personal transformation. So here I was launching my Beachbody business, and I was not at my personal best. I was still going through the process. I was still learning how to eat healthy. So you throw all of that together, and if I can be successful, so can you. Here are some of the things that I encourage coaches to do in their first week of the business, all right? So yes, the coach online office is overwhelming. If you have been added to your upline's team page, it's overwhelming. I can remember logging in every morning and spending 20 minutes just scrolling through the team page. And then I would see something in the back office and I'd go, crap, where was that? And then I'd spend another 20 minutes trying to find it. I was wasting so much time. So here's what I suggest for you to do. When you wake up in the morning, before you ever open your computer, you have to set your intentions for the day. And so I have a little sticky note. This is how I operate. I have sticky notes, and I love crossing things off the list. This makes me feel good. I actually sit down and I say to myself, okay, what are the top 3 things that I need to accomplish today? And I always tell people, only make a list of 3, because realistically, you can only accomplish that many things because you get busy, somebody calls, you get distracted. And so if you keep it simple, you'll be much better. Now, the second part is, when you're a new coach, the only thing you should be focused on in the first 30 days is, number 1, is hitting Success Club, helping 3 to 5 people in your first challenge group. That is it. Should you be focused on building a team? No. And here's the reason why I say that. And you know what? Other people can disagree with me, but here's my reasoning behind it. Number 1, can you build a house and put the roof on before you have a foundation? No. you can't. You can't build a house unless you do it in a sequential order. There is a process and a system and a way to build it. It's the same thing with your Beachbody business. You can't sign coaches and mentor people until you know what you're doing. And so I tell every new coach, I want you to put blinders on to building a business, to building a team. That's overwhelming. I want you to get really, really good at running a challenge group, at helping people to get the best results possible. And that's enough work as it is. Running an effective challenge group, it takes trial and error. So as a new coach, the first thing you want to do is you want to get out your calendar. And I have a big desk calendar and I'm going to show it to you. It's got stuff written all over it. So let's just say I signed up today. Today's the 16th. So I want you to go 2 weeks from today, or even 3 weeks from today. So let's just say September 5th is going to be your first challenge group. You always want to give yourself 2 to 3 weeks to advertise for something before you actually go live with it. So if I know that 2 to 3 weeks from now, I'm going to set my challenge group start date. And this is a big thing. Some new coaches are like, I don't want to set a start date because what if I don't get anybody? So what? If you don't get anybody, at least you can say, I tried my hardest. And you know what? Nobody's ever going to know that you didn't get anybody for your challenge group. There are many months in my first year as a coach that I advertised and I posted and I invited and I got nobody. I was like, okay, well, I'll just pretend like that went awesome and I'll set up another start date and I'll just keep going. And so September 5th, if that's your start date for your challenge group, you are going to say to yourself, I need to get 3 to 5 people into that challenge group. So number one, I need to launch my business. I need to tell people that I'm a Beachbody coach. And you need to put that out there on social media. And you need to tell a little story about who you are. So your first assignment, launch your business. Make your profile public. Put it on whatever social media platform you are going to build your business. If you're going to build it on Facebook or Instagram or, a business page, you're going to do that first. You're going to post it out there on social media that you're a Beachbody coach. And I want you to tell people what you plan to do with this business. How are you going to help them? That's first. You're just opening the doors for business. Number two, your challenge group is going to start on September 5th. So now you need to make an advertisement, a challenge group advertisement. And maybe you make an event through Facebook because you can go to events. You can make a public event. Don't make it private. Make it public. Create a very simple, easy banner using either PicMonkey or Canva. Just put a banner up there. Give your challenge group a name. Put the description of the challenge group. If you're going to require people, they have to replace 1 meal a day with Shakeology. They have to commit to doing a fitness program from beginning to end. Put in that description that you are going to help them from start to finish to get the results that they want. You're going to help them set realistic and manageable goals. Also, make sure you bullet point what you're going to give to them. Like, are you going to share sample meal plans? Are you going to give them recipes? Are you going to talk about how to go to a restaurant, how to read a menu? Are you going to talk about ways to handle temptations? How do you drink enough water? These are going to be things that in your challenge group, you're actually going to have daily posts about. Now, as a new coach, how did I find all of this information? Google, Pinterest, how much water should you drink a day? Google. Find some information, find an image, that becomes a Facebook post, all right? Took a lot of stuff from the Team Beachbody page, but that's how I created my content, was Google and Pinterest and searching for things. And I just, every day when I posted, I would keep a track of what I was doing. All right, so then you're gonna say, here's the next step. At the end of that event description, you wanna give people a clear call to action. Here is where to contact me. I have 5 spots available. First come, first to commit, get into the group. The deadline to get entered into this group is, maybe you're going to make it September or August 31st is going to be the last day that people can get into the group. So you want to be clear and concise. Okay, it's time to take action. I want you to email me, or I want you to click like going or interested in the event page, and I will contact you within 24 hours to get you added, get you the information about the group. Then that's where you start forming. Now, once you publish that event, make sure it's public, that it's not private. You need to invite people. So you go to the invite portion of the event, and what you do is you invite all of your Facebook friends that are not Beachbody coaches and are not current Beachbody customers. So just go through your friends list, and you're going to invite everybody you know. Then you're going to wait for people to say that they're interested or going. That's where you begin to private message. That's number one. So you can do those two things. Well, two things. That's number two. Launch your business, post up your Facebook event. Then number three, it's time to get to work. As a new coach, I had less than 75 friends or less than 100 friends on Facebook. I had a very small network. I was not somebody that posted on social media pretty consistently. So I had to begin to build that up. So every day when I sat down to the computer, I would add 3 to 5 new people or more. You can do more. And what I would do is I had suggested friends that were popping up, people that I went to college and high school that lived in my neighborhood or I went to church with, or we had mutual friends. Facebook suggests friends. And I just went down through and I actually, send people friend requests that I wanted to be friends with. I didn't just every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I was like, that person I think I would actually want to be friends with. And I would send them a friend request. And so I didn't say anything, but they were just people I wanted to be friends with. Then what I would do is once they accepted my friend request, I would make sure I wrote their name down. And I kind of call it like my watch list basically. And I just watched what they posted on Facebook and I genuinely liked it. I became a professional friend maker. Every day I just wanted to start conversations. I just wanted to talk to people. I was trying to get out of my introverted, shy personality and just talk to people. I tried to rekindle friendships from college and friendships from high school and just find out how people were doing. And that was one piece of what I did every single day, was added new friends. And I didn't do it just once in a while. I did it every single day, 3 to 5 new people. Then from there, I would start at least 2 to 3 conversations. Then I was also, chatting with the people that were interested in my event page. I was following up with people. And then the last thing I focused on was posting on social media 3 to 5 times a day. The reason that this is so important is because your social media is your storefront. If you're creating an event and then you're having all these conversations and you're talking to people about your health and fitness challenge groups that you're running, but then there is nothing on social media about the fact that you're doing workouts, that you're eating healthy, that you're practicing what you preach, then, and there's my phone, hang on. And so what you want to do is you want to practice what you preach. And so you want to be showing people that this is exactly what life is like for you. Every morning for me, I would talk about the workout that I was doing. So I would post about my morning workout. And so I'd get up in the morning and I would try to make it motivational. And I was trying to speak to my market. I was trying to speak to those moms with babies at home that were having a hard time pushing play because they weren't getting a full 8 hours of sleep at night or the baby was keeping them up. And so I was trying to just talk to them and say, look, if I can do it, you can do it too. Keep going. And so my morning motivation wasn't just a sweaty selfie of me. It was me trying to talk to people and encourage them along. Then I would share my meals for the day. I'd take a picture of the salad I was eating and I would talk about how I measured it out and how these tiny little food containers looked so small when I took them out of the package, but in reality, when I put 2 green containers of salad on my plate, it actually, it filled the plate. And when I started measuring things out, I realized that I was actually overeating, that I wasn't actually paying attention to portion size. So you're teaching people, you're giving them advice. And then when the kids go to the park for the day, I take pictures of us at the park and I post about our family and if we're going swimming or we're going on vacation. So I mix in personal life and my health and fitness because I don't want people just to see me as a Beachbody coach. I want them to see me as somebody that they relate to, as a real person, as somebody that is living life but also is finding the balance between the two. And so those 3 to 5 times a day is my supporting evidence so that when I am talking to people through private messages, they can see that I'm practicing what I'm preaching. And guys, that's it. Super simple. That's all I want you to focus on because nailing those conversations, figuring out what to post on Facebook, inviting to that event, that's enough to keep you busy in the first 30 days. And then when you add those people to your challenge group, I just want you to focus on helping people to get the best support possible. They're not just a number. They're not just 2 Success Club points. I know that's your goal, but you want those people to set goals. You want those people to succeed. You want them to, get the best out of Shakeology so they feel better, so they have more energy. You want people to succeed because in the end, when you run effective challenge groups, that is how you get referrals, you build trust, you get credibility, and in the future, those could be your potential coaches. I was a challenger first. My coach gave me great support, great accountability, and because of that, that's why I became a coach. All right? So very simple. Keep it simple. And then all the resources in the Coach Online Office, all the things that your coach is providing to you, those are the things that you're just supplementing, that you're using. So don't get overwhelmed by the back office or by what everybody else is doing. Put your blinders on and just focus on you. All right. So was this helpful? I feel like my phone was ringing. My husband came in here. All sorts of stuff was going on during this live video, but this is life and this is how it is when you have an at-home business, and I love it and I wouldn't change it for the world. But give yourself 3 to 6 months of just sort of going through it and figuring out and trial and error and just failing forward, and don't have a need to have it all figured out and feel like you have to just have all the answers right up front, because that's just not how it's going to be. Focus on just taking it day by day and you will get there. All right. So, and to answer some of your questions, guys, when the challenge begins, do you make them once a public challenge? No. So Brittany, the event is an event. So it's like an invite. It's like sending out an evite to somebody. That's just where you're inviting them. You're actually adding people to a challenge group after that, a closed challenge group, whether you're going to run it through the challenge tracker portal, the app that Beachbody has for you to run challenge groups, or if you're going to run it through a closed Facebook group. Those are your 2 options there. Marcy, I'm glad that was helpful. Event page, yep, is separate. When the challenge begins, all right, I think I got it. I think I answered your questions. And I do post the event on my personal page. Yes, I will share it on my business page as well, but I tend to do a lot through my personal page as well because it makes a big difference. So, yes. How do you follow up with those that say that they're interested? You send them a message and you say, hey, Katie, I saw that you were interested in joining my back to school challenge group. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. What interests you about the group? What workouts are you currently doing? What kind of nutrition plan are you following? What are your health and fitness goals or needs? And then the conversation goes from there. All right. How much coaches should co-host the challenge group? How much? How often? I mean, you can co-host the challenge group whenever you would like, and that shares the responsibilities. And I know that I did that with my coach when I was starting, as I was a part of her challenge groups, and we co-ran things together until I felt more comfortable doing them on my own. Yep. Alrighty. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I gotta prepare for a call that I have, but hey, make sure you check back next week. I will have Business Tip Tuesday. Next week, I will get this uploaded to my YouTube channel, and you guys can feel free to share this. And again, if you have topics you would like me to speak on Business Tip Tuesday, feel free to comment below, send me a private message, and I will get it on the agenda. I think next week it's gonna be spousal support, how to get your spouse to get on board with your Beachbody business, because that's a toughie. All right, guys, have a good day. See you later.